Hello, supportive tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem with me, BlueAnkylo. So, I did a little bit of fact-checking between episodes, just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. First off, the runes that we missed, that the bandit destroyed, they had another ring item here. It's the one, I think it's called Set's Litany, and it increases your avoid by +10. It's probably the worst. I think might be the best. It might be the best. And Grace is also really solid. Defense and attack power, straight damage, really good. I'm pretty sure this is +10% crit, kind of weak, and +10% avoid, also really not a big deal. Very rarely is that going to tip the scales in your favor. Whereas doing 10 more damage or 5 more damage, whatever it is, that could definitely save you. Other than that, I did look up a little bit of, I did a little bit of fact checking on supports and stuff. In this game, it's a little bit different between each Fire Emblem. Previously I had wondered if, once you have a support available, if you don't do the talk, I was thinking, I wonder if your support points keep accumulating, even though you've got a talk option ready to go. The answer to that is most definitely no. If two people are ready for a rank, whether it's C, B, or A, well, C or B, really, if you don't have that conversation, they will not continue gaining points. So you're never going to have a situation where you save them up, then you talk, end the battle, next battle you start up and they talk again. It's just never going to happen. You're going to have to start from the bottom of the B's. Like, you know, if it takes, whatever the numbers are, I didn't find that much. I think sometimes it's different between each character. If it takes 40 points to get to C, let's just say, and then you don't do your talk conversation, they're not going to be at 70 or 80. They're going to start at 41 on the next battle. And, well, as soon as they have the talk, they'll start at 41. Of course, like I said, you can only have one conversation between any two people on one map. So you can't just go from C to A or nothing to A on the same map. That's why I've been worried about Florina and Florina and Hector. Like, I can't just keep them on this battle, get their B conversation, and stay with it and get their A conversation. But, and this is the big but, I did double check. Once you've had the talk conversation, so let's assume Hector and Florina are close to B. They probably are pretty close by now. If I do that talk, and then on this battle, I keep them together for another 40 turns, let's say. It takes a while. They're not eligible for their A conversation on this map, but the points are still adding up in the background, and theoretically could get all the way to the point where the A is unlocked. Just, you can't have it on this map. By that point, you could end the map, start a new map, and we could have a conversation on the first turn before they've even ended beside each other once. I think that's happened to me in the past because I've had people that I didn't think could have a talk, then I start a new map and I'm like, oh wait, they can talk to each other. So that's definitely something you can do. The trouble is Hector and Florina aren't super compatible. They're only a +2 per turn. Other units make friends much quicker. So, well, a bit quicker. 3 is pretty good, 4 is really rare. So anyway, that's what I learned. You know, the support conversations are a little bit complicated. If you're playing Binding Blade, the Japanese-only one, the one that in the story comes after this, but technically it's Fire Emblem 6, this is 7, I believe, also on the Game Boy Advance. In that one, you can actually have multiple conversations on the same map, rather than just one per map. From, like, the same two people could have multiple conversations. But there was actually a party-wide cap on support points per map. So on this one, you could basically get as many support points as you want, as long as you wanted to stay on the same map. In Binding Blade, though, for instance, I can't remember the number again, but it might be like 120 per map for everyone all together combined. So, you know, you could get 20 points between those two, and 20 between those two, and 40 over here. But at some point, you just stop getting support points entirely. So, it's kind of anti-grinding. Anyway, let's deal with these enemies. There's quite a lot of them here. And I have to be careful, so I'm thinking of, like, pulling back a little bit. I could attack. I just have to be really careful about Limstella. Oh, her range is so big because she can make it to the ballista. I think we just take a safe position and pull back a little bit. Interestingly enough, we can't move into thickets. Yeah, let's let's back up a little bit. Put Eliwood back here. Lyn can help support his defense, and Wrath can help out as well. That should put him at the extended range. I just sort of guessed it, but I was right. I didn't check his weapon. It'll be fine. And then these guys... Priscilla can't really get out of here unless I rescue her. So let's just pull her back as far as we can and have Heath guard from there. Only, like... Yeah, not a lot of them could hit him anyway. Only the general could even hit him anyway. And then the rest of them, like, next turn we can push in from the south. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Still working on support points. And Raven should be able to hold this fort from some cav. They just have steel lances. He's got a lance reaver. There's just no way they're going to beat him. Alright, let's end turn. I didn't really do as much as I was expecting this turn, so there you go. At 2%, huh? We've also been talking a lot about how incredibly overpowered your characters are in this game. Let me know if you're playing along or if you've played this game before. Do you remember your characters getting this overwhelmingly powerful? Is that just always what happens on Eliwood's story? I haven't played it enough times to know if this always happens or not, but it feels like my units, just 1v1, are always way stronger than the enemy units. Like, so many enemies can't even hit a good number of my units, and even if they do hit them, they do like 0 damage. I don't know if that's just me making good decisions on who I'm using, maybe leveling them up effectively with getting to level 20 first, or just lucky level ups, I don't know. So, you let me know in the comments if you think this is unreasonably powerful or just normal. Or weaker, I guess. Maybe you could be even stronger than this. It doesn't feel like I've done much grinding. We shouldn't be at a higher level than needed. It's just... At least, I mean, I don't think so. Do you guys think I've done a lot of grinding? I spent a little bit of time at the arenas, but I didn't really bump people up much. But look at this. Like, Raven... Sure, he's using the perfect counter to a steel lance, but still, like, the stats are just... They couldn't even hit him. It's a pretty bad level up. He doesn't seem to be at a too high a level, right? The fact is, the enemies are unpromoted calves that just don't have enough stats to really pose any risk. Like, we could almost certainly do this map with iron weapons or slim weapons, and we'd be just fine. At least that's what I feel, anyway. Could be wrong. So no reinforcements that turn. Who do we want to kill? See, that's the thing, like a level 16 knight. We're fighting promoted around level 10 for most of my units. And even Rebecca, who hasn't been trained up, she seems pretty strong anyway, right? So, yeah, just seems interesting, you know. So we're gonna wanna... Is Heath just gonna kill all of them? Probably. Let's, I want them to keep supporting each other. So I'll put her in a little bit of danger, just so that they can stand beside each other and kill more enemies. She can't quite do enough damage to just one-shot him. So we'll give him the lowest chance to hit her. Keeping in mind, of course, that when your weapon does slow you down, your attack speed, it definitely lowers your speed as far as the battle calculations are concerned. So the enemy's hit rate of you can go up if you're slowing down too much. So really, a lot of the time you want to keep your weapons within your constitution barrier, or else you may as well just have less speed. And it's not like, I think I said earlier, it just matters for attack speed, and that just matters for plus or minus 4, which is the double. But it's not that simple, because you can definitely see when you use a heavier weapon, you know, Silver Lance, the enemy has 21% chance to hit. Now it's 23%. I guess maybe he's mostly high enough con for this, but 36%, that's with the weapon disadvantage, of course. But the point is, even between a Silver Lance and an Axe Reaver, which should have the same... Well, it has minus 2% evasion, which is probably... Let me just double check. 10 weight, that's plus 1 weight. So yeah, minus 2 speed, essentially, is causing us to lose 2% evasion. And, like, I think the hit rate is the same. That's just based on the weapon stats for hit rate right now. So, it's just kind of interesting, you know, I generally don't worry about the details that much, but one of the reasons, and I've sort of always known this in the back of my head, that's one of the reasons why we've used iron weapons for the entire game, just because they're lighter, and you just have better hit rate, evasion rate, just passively. Alright, well, could move here for a longbow. That won't really do much. Interestingly, of course, longbow could slowly kill Limstella as well, assuming he has enough strength. No, not enough strength. I could use, like, if you really want to cheese this boss, you could probably use Nil's Dance to give him plus attack power. Or whoever has the best, you know, whichever archer has your highest damage. And you could probably just 3 Ranger, she couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, we'll just leave the rapier on, even though it's weapon disadvantage as far as the triangle is concerned. Alright, and then we do need to decide who kills this guy. I've been letting Dorcas get a lot of kills. I think Sane and Rebecca are going to have to split up for a little bit here. He's going to have to go the long way. You have to take the long way home. Nas can't make it. I guess we'll let Dorcas go again. He's pretty good. I like him. Whoa, fancy moves. Just showing off, swinging his bow around. Let's put him up closer. Hector can't move very far. Alright, get Sane across the bridge. Slowly. Yeah, Merlinus can't do much in the forest either. You've went for Eliwood, I see. Someone who doesn't have as crazy stats as some of my other characters. He's still quite strong, but definitely compared to Hector, he hasn't turned out nearly as powerful. Although that helps, you know, get some good level ups, that'll help. You know, we're still talking about, like, enemy having, like, 38% chance. That's pretty mild. But, so many Oswin Hector moments, just 0%, 0 damage. Crazy. No reinforcements at all? Crazy. Let's get the, support chain stacking up some more. Getting pretty close to the boss. Unfortunately, like I said, there's a lot of support to go. Alright, Eliwood's coming on down. I feel like we're pretty much ready to go at this point. Could definitely kill the boss next turn if that's what we wanted to do. I guess we could wait for Nils. I wouldn't mind showing off his fancy dances. Wonder if you can just cross the water. I think heroes can move through water slowly. Yeah, it's probably faster to do that than to take the bridge there. Not every unit can do that. Well, we're up to turn 19. I know they're going to keep coming up to the 30s. And I know that I need the... Like, I don't have a lot of options. If I want to get all the A ranks by the end of the game, I kind of have to just wait around for a little bit. It shouldn't take too long, but I don't know, like, I can't... I don't want to risk missing out. Maybe I'll have to do it off camera to save some time. Most of the group's all ready to go here. Just trying to pack them in tightly. Little sardines. Let's not worry about tiny little top-ups. Just slows it down. Merlinus has made it. You know, I could be wrong. I mean, the guides aren't infallible. Maybe there are no more reinforcements once you've killed them all. Let's just zip through a few turns. I don't care about my tactics store. We've already got a 1-star for tactics. So wasting some turns isn't going to cause us any penalty to our rank at this point. Huh. Maybe the guides lied. Because they definitely said reinforcements would keep coming until in the 30s. I guarantee you that's what they say. The one I was... 2 different guides I've checked. There we go. It took a while. The game gives you lots of time to kill the boss, obviously. Good. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 more to deal with. Perfect. Have we gotten any supports ready? We do! Okay, so I should have probably done this a couple turns earlier, because I may have wasted a couple turns worth of support, but I just wanted to speed it up. For you guys. Their C rank was just her hiding from him. Congratulations! You talked to a man. Oh, but he wasn't actually around to hear it. I just love this support. I had to show it off. And I have to show you the A rank as well. Poor girl has no confidence at all. The support conversations are barely even her talking. He doesn't even know who she is. They're up to B rank now, and they've actually said one word, his name, and then ran away. It's just so good. Like, most people have these big, long conversations about life and philosophy and stuff. The two of them, they're not even talking to each other, but they're up to B rank. I don't know. I love it. I don't know about you guys, but it's too good. Alright, well, we'll let the enemies come to us. I could kill the boss. Maybe next turn we'll kill the boss. Still double checking. Yeah, more supports here. So, at least we'll get Rebecca and Sane. I wasn't planning on these two getting to A anyway, but it's, you know, it's nice to see these, right? There's only so many you can even get. Plus, Sane is a peach. It's been a while since we've seen some Sane lines. He does this with all the girls. It's pretty good. I feel like he should just B-rank all the girls and never get married to any of them because it just isn't in his manner. Come to my side, darling. Yeah. See, it's been so long since we've seen Sane talk to anybody back in Lynn's story. Not even close. Aww. Denied. Alright, that was fun. Didn't Dart... Yeah, Dart and Rebecca had their B already. If I want to get to A, I'll keep them together, and then if I bring them both on the next map, hopefully they'll be ready for it at the beginning of the next battle. Same plan with Hector and Florine, is get them all ready. Because there's really only a little bit left, and I can't bring... Like, this time we brought like 16 people. I'm not going to be allowed to bring that many next time. So yeah, let's let the guys come to us. We'll work out a defense once they get a little bit closer. Or I could kill the boss first. Then I don't have to worry about... I'll have a little bit more room, actually. That'd be smart. Yeah, the reinforcements are coming in full power now. So yeah, you know, if you knew this map really well, you could just leave a couple of units by each of these spawning points, and your life would be easier. But, you know, I didn't double check all the forts. I knew there was reinforcements. I didn't know where they were coming from. Let's try to kill the boss, and then we'll worry about the reinforcements. Hopefully they keep coming after we kill her. So, Limstella. A lot of magic, a lot of defense and resistance. It's quite likely that Luna will tear her apart. I'm nodding my head. You can't see it, but I'm nodding my head. She can still do damage, which is cool. I think... Again, like, I was thinking, you know, maybe we should try the plus damage, right? Because that's pretty cool. The problem is, it's still not as good, no matter what it adds, unless it adds plus 19 damage. Just getting 2 attacks here is better. right? Just attacking and dancing and attacking again is always going to be better than a little bit more damage. What about some of my other mages? Hellfire? Not enough damage. So Priscilla's not magically talented enough. What about, like, Lucius? Aura's pretty powerful. Yeah, he could get some damage. He's not quite fast enough. He can double with Shine. That's 5 damage. That's 10 altogether versus 11 with 40% crit or 33. I think 2 shots with a 33% crit is better. Even though it's only 5, and a crit will do 15, but that should be reasonable. The other thing is he in range? He needs to be close to Raven and Priscilla. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So he's actually in a really good spot there. Like, if I put him over here, his stats should have been worse. Yeah, look at how much attack he gets by being in range of supports. What was his accuracy like? Yeah, that makes such a huge difference. See, I told you guys. A ranks and B ranks are really good. Look at the difference. That's insane. We're talking like 20% hit rate, a little bit of crit, like 15% crit probably, 3 damage, probably some resistance and stuff in there. Crit evasion, because he could be crit here. He could not be critical from here. Like, that's... Alright, well, I wish he had a little bit more con, or that speed, essentially, so that Aura didn't slow him down that much. But I think the 2 hits is better. And we might dance him to do this again, anyway. That was a crit. Good start. So Fimblevolter, or however you pronounce it, is pretty cool. Alright, so we've done, I assume, 20 damage? How much we should have? Did he critical twice in a row? It's hard to tell. I'm not used to using that spell. He did. So he just did 30 damage via 2 crits. Dance, do again. Dance, do again. Did I ever check if this also... I did check. I think I might have done it off camera with a save state during some arena play. I'm very certain that I can use these and he will not get an extra turn. It boosts your stats, but it doesn't give you the refresh ability. And the refresh ability is just generally better, in my opinion. Well, you couldn't guarantee he's going to get 2 more crits, but let's keep at it. That's just 5 damage. Still, really good start to Lucius. He's been hit a fair bit, but the plan is to kill her. I can always rescue him out of the way anyway. So he didn't get any more crits, but he got 2 out of 4 crits and did a total of 40 damage. You know, 2/3 of her life, give or take. That's a really good start. I think we'll pull out Lucius next. He could do 7 damage and be doubled. Or he could double her, but it wouldn't actually have enough penetration, so... Yeah, his best choice is Luna, like usual for bosses. He'll take 12 damage back. Again, he's got a high crit rate. He could kill her, conceivably. That's a crit, I think. Get wrecked! So good. Well, that's how you take care of that boss. That wasn't too bad at all. Hey, more defense points and more speed. Good, good. And the Fimblevolter. So, the quicker you get the... Actually, I guess maybe enemy weapons reset to full durability when they drop them in this game. I don't think that's the same in every Fire Emblem. But she definitely hit people with it, so it should be at like 18 or something. Oh well. We'll give that to, who can even use that? Is that, need a slot open to even look. I'm not sure. Anyway, Priscilla is actually taking some damage. We'll heal up a little bit here. Don't want an enemy flyer swooping in and finishing off one of my mages or something. So we'll probably keep this episode going until we finish the map now. Seeing as there's some support to do. But we've done the big part. Now it's just killing reinforcements as they show up. This is a really, really powerful spell. I kind of just wasting it here for fun. It's probably the best healing staff in the game. We'll definitely give that to someone for the final battle, and I don't want to waste it all here. I just want to show it off. Yeah, Fortify is freaking insane. So there you go. Alright, we'll just end turn, then we can reposition as required. So the Cav will be slowed by the Forest. The Wyverns will come in early. Are we going to get another round of the same exact reinforcements, maybe? Yeah, there's a lot of them coming at us now. Okay, we don't get more reinforcements, just this wave. The thing is, we're only at turn 27. I'm pretty sure there's more coming if we wait it out. Okay, so they're going to try to cross the bridge here. So we definitely want to start moving people down towards the bridge. Let's start moving Hector. Let's see, Raven doesn't have any specific... He doesn't need to be standing by anyone specifically. I don't want to completely waste his Lance Reaver, so let's go back to the Hand Axe for a little while. They'll be fine against that. So that means I sort of should keep Lucius nearby. I didn't even use Barrier. I could have done that too. Let's move Merlinus a little bit further out of the way. Let's have... well, I'm definitely going to use this patch, the Hector, Oswin, Florina group. Keeping in mind, yeah, there's no Ninian. She broke the chain. It's supposed to go Florina, Ninian, Eliwood, but... And she died. Yeah, let's put Oswin down here. He doesn't have a ranged weapon, but he can basically block this up pretty effectively. Hector is already at a high enough rank. That's as high as he's going to get with Oswin, so it doesn't really matter. Dorcas is working on A ranking, and Florina is working on A ranking. Oh, and of course I need to remember enemy bows, so be careful with Florina. On the other side, we got mostly Pegasus Knights. There's not going to be a whole lot of danger from that side. Currently, they're just in range. Honestly, I'm okay with this. We'll let them attack Lyn, and then we'll counterattack next turn. Priscilla and Heath, I don't know what I'm going to do with them just yet. Renelt's kind of back up. Canas is kind of back up. I feel like there's most of the enemies coming from the south, so I mostly want most of my forces facing that side. And then Nils is back up, depending on what we need. Alright, I think that's fine. We'll move Priscilla over just a bit to make some space, just in case I need an archer to stand there. Okay, let's do it. In come the swarms of horses and wyverns. This is why you're kind of wasting it if you're using, like, silver weapons and Lance Reavers and stuff. Hand Axe is just fine. It's like 300 gold. Okay, let's see how Lyn does. So apparently they are not weak to the Mana Caddy. So flying units are not weak, just horses and armor, I guess. I don't think it matters. That was really nice. Really good level up for Lyn. Awesome. You know, like 3% chance in the forest here. It's not gonna happen there, buddy. I also feel like it's a good time to use the Mana Caddy for a while, seeing as we're at the end of the game now. Might as well actually get some use out of the puppy. Okay, you're going for Oswin. The thing is, Oswin or Hector could hold that bridge for the entire game, probably. Ha! Nice try. Well, no doubles, though. Okay, so lots of nomads coming up, so I don't want to keep Florina out of the way. But I need to block this up. I need to kill this guy and move a little bit further south so that they can't sneak around and start shooting at her. We could start taking shots at these guys across the water as well, because they can't even cross. Probably want to kill the Wyvern Riders, because they can swoop in. So do we just let Lynn deal with the Pegasus, or the Falcon Knights? Might as well, she's about to S-rank her sword. Sure, she can kill the last wave of Pegasus Knights on her own. So then, mostly we're worried about, like, this bridge. So... Oswin is supposed to be hanging out with Dorcas for the most part. So we'll have someone else... Let's have Hector kill this guy. Did he S-rank his axe yet? He did, so I don't need to work on it for fun. Like, it's already done leveling up at this point. Good. These enemies are all promoted, so we're getting a lot of XP here. This is why I would suggest staying on this map, because we could have ended it with Eliwood. We could end it right now, but so much experience to get. Let's move Dorcas next. Yeah, he'll be... I mean, I could keep the bow equipped, but that's fine. That's gonna kill him good. Yeah. And, you know, as our support ranks go up, all of the buffs for being near each other continue to improve. Don't have a long-range weapon here. It's really not going to matter. Everyone's going to die when they attack Oswin. No one is getting through that bridge. I didn't double-check for longbows, but I'm pretty sure we'd be okay. So... Could send, Thing is, if I put Rebecca there, she's at a little bit of danger from the next wave of wyverns. She's got 10. She got 7 defense. Yeah, she is not good on the defense. Could be like throw a tomahawk over to kill one. Yeah, and then she can longbow the other wyvern. The one that's a little bit more dangerous right now. I just don't want Oswin to kill everything. Raven's just here for fun. Same with Lucius, so we'll just have them sort of block up the road a little bit. Make it difficult for anyone to fly in. That's solid. And then we'll have Sane guard her left flank. Even though she probably wouldn't appreciate it very much. He'll be happy to ride to her rescue. Not amazing, not terrible. There's possibly a Wyvern Rider attack, so that should keep Rebecca safe. Good. I don't really care who he attacks. You can't attack anyone important. And that's pretty much it. Keep Canas close. Yep. Just keep going. Try not to waste too much time. It's going to be a long episode, I think. This is going to be one of those 50, 60 minuters, but... Oh, you went... Why would you do that? Of all the people to attack, you went for Oswin. I assume someone was a little bit squishier. That would not have just... I don't understand. Enemies are pretty dumb. Yeah. Just stay home, Pegasus, Falcon Knights, whatever. Lynn up in this house. Not bad. Not bad at all. And S-rank. So that's another... So she's had 53% critical for that fight. Now it's 58%. You can see S-ranking in action. Look at that. 58% critical. It's like more than 50% chance, and she gets 2 attacks per turn. And that's not even her killing edge. And that's more skill. Sheesh, Lyn is good. Best Myrmidon by far. She's got a bow as well. Myrmidons don't even get bows. I think the first time I used her, she was much weaker, honestly. I think Lyn has had some really good level ups on this playthrough. Because I don't remember her getting that powerful in the past. Like, she's almost capped the stats that she wants at level 12 promoted. There's a lot of units that will never cap any of their stats. The only thing she's missing out on a bit is defense and res. But she's so fast. Like, that's just crazy. If I get her to level 15 or 16, she'll be done. She'll be maxed out strength, skill, speed, I bet. Crazy. Alright, let's keep killing people. That's kind of what we do. I assume possibly more reinforcements next couple turns. I guess we just keep killing from where we are. Like, Dark could move down. Dark can move wherever he wants. Raven could hit this guy too. I'm thinking of having, like, Wrath kill this guy, because Wrath hasn't done a whole lot. Let's just use the steel bow. Kind of just a waste to use the silver. It can't be triple damage with the archer weakness, the flying weakness to archer. I'm sure someone's already responded in the comments. I just haven't seen it yet. Okay, so Sane can't move over there, but go like this. And then Rebecca could probably longbow one to death, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, she could. Sure. Might as well. I bought a couple spare longbows. You might as well use them. I thought they'd be rarer, honestly. A lot of times the range 3 weapons are very difficult to get, and there's generally just 1 or 2 in the entire game. In this one, it seems like they're pretty... You just buy them, really. They're not that special. The tomahawks are special. As far as I know, you can't buy any more of those. Alright, what about... this side? Raven could use some XP. Sure. Just crits every time now. Everybody just crits all the time. I mean, we were getting a good amount of crits when we were at... Raven! Fail. We were getting a good amount of crits even when we had, like, 5 or 6%. Now that we're in, like, the teens, 20s, 30s, 50s... ah, just all the time crits. So, Dorcas probably should get a kill here. Oswin's, or Hector's way too high already. He's just so high. Let's show these... oh no, that's a bad idea. Dorcas would not one-shot him. Pull back. That doesn't really do what I wanted it to do. Whatever, Dorcas can kill... or, Hector can kill one. And then I'm gonna send Florina down to kill one, because she's been kind of lazy lately. She hasn't had to do much. And honestly, Hector is far more valuable to be at a high level with the stats than even Dorcas, because of what's going to happen on the final battle. Yep, get revenge for all those times the archers scared me away from my Pegasus Knights. I do like that flying revenge. Yeah, that's fine. Strength is always good. Alright, so are we done? Everyone's in formation for support. In turn. I still think there should be some more reinforcements, so let's just keep it going here a little bit longer. The guide may have just been wrong. They said in the low 30s there'd be some more reinforcements. I don't feel like I've killed 150 enemies yet, either, which is supposedly how many there is total. But I could be wrong. I think that's it. Now, it's possible killing the boss stopped some of the reinforcements, or maybe we progressed too quickly, Like, I don't know how the map's triggers work for some of them. But, there we go. I wanted to get this. Ah, well, that is possible. A fugitive. I'm sure after all this war, he'll be fine. Like, I think the new Prince of Bern is probably in a forgiving mood, honestly. This is one of the guys that helped rescue him, after all. You know, it's kind of a life debt sort of deal. I'm sure Eliwood could talk some sense into the Prince Zephiel. And my heart is hurting, so you need to visit me. I don't know. At least we've got like a standard romance here. Lucius's was weird, and we've had like Lyn and Wrath who barely said anything. You've got Hector and Florina who haven't said anything. At least these two is kind of standard stuff, right? It was pretty clear she liked him from the beginning, the way I remember it. If only time could stop. Aw, so touching. You know, anyway, that should wrap up Priscilla's... Technically, Heath could get up to B rank with Legout, but that's not going to happen. So what else are we missing? Rebecca can't do any more supports with Sane right now. Actually, I don't think she can get any more supports with Dart on this map either, but we could get her a step away from A rank, which is, you know, I would like that. Let's see, Dorcas can get his talk with Oswin now, right? That'll be all we get with Dorcas, because he's only got... Yeah, he's the only person on my team he can actually support with, so... Right, the Night Bros. And there is no one better at protecting Ostia than the Oswin. Man, you throw him in a good choke point, nothing's getting through. You know, you'd probably be paid more as a castle guard, because you're so good. Seeing as his whole point is making money to pay for his wife's medical stuff. At least they're friends, right? Doesn't have to. You don't always have to join the Knight's Guard, the King's Guard. Anyway, that's cool. A rank there. He's done. Hector just missing Florina. We're basically done then. I'm still gonna end a few more turns. Just I'm trying specifically to make sure next battle, Florina and Hector are ready to go immediately. I don't want to have to wait 40 turns on the next map, so we might as well do it here. And then that way we'll get all the supports that I wanted, and I'll be happy. Happy BlueAnkylo. And this also proves that there were no reinforcements in the 30s at all, so the guide can go stuff itself, basically. It was wrong. Totally wrong. Liars. In fact, that was 2 guys that talked about all the reinforcements. We definitely skipped all of that. There's nobody else. It's really, at this point, we're just setting up Rebecca, Dart, and Hector, Florina. We actually got everyone else done, so let's give it, I don't want to wait a whole much longer. It's going to be a long episode. Let's give it 9 more turns. That'll be like 30 or so with Hector and Florina after they talked, I think. Maybe more than 30. And I think that would be 70 points. I don't think they need 80 support points to get from B to A. That would be crazy. Maybe that's the number, though. I don't know. 2 more turns. Should I go a little bit longer just to be sure? Like, this doesn't take very long. You do it like that. There we go. Super fast. I don't want to mess up. That way, next video, we're totally ready to go. So what are we up to now? 70 turns. I added 10 turns. Good enough. Alright, let's go. Enough waiting around. We've got a Nurgle to kill. Sure, we gotta talk about matchmaking and who's gonna get married to who, but... time for the final battle for real. He must pay. That's true. I've been saying this for a while. What the deal with Nils and Ninian? Sure, we found out she can turn into a dragon, but what's his story? Are they twin dragons at least? So, here we go. A millennium ago, man chased dragonkind from the land, exiled us. We had no place to go, not on this world. So we used the Dragon's Gate to flee into another world. When we passed through this chasm in space and time, many of us were lost. Still, we endured the journey. We found humans there too, but they were few in number, so we ate them. We had a few skirmishes, but at last we found a home, after killing all the humans. Right? We were stable there, happy even. But some thought back on our former home, and when we did, his voice reached out to us. Ninian was a medium in the other world, an oracle of sorts. She sat at the dragon shrine. She held much power. We were in prayer at the shrine when it happened. We heard a voice calling to us from the Dragon's Gate. It was the voice of an old friend. We knew we weren't supposed to open the gate and return to this world. We had no idea that the owner of that voice was Nurgle. But something unexpected happened. When we opened the Dragon's Gate and traveled here again, we had lost almost all of our strength. The quintessence left within us was less even than that of an average human. In order to sustain ourselves, in order to breathe the air of this world, we took human form. We placed our energies within a dragonstone. But our dragonstone was taken, stolen. Nurgle hoped to use it as a tool to summon other dragons. Until we escaped. We couldn't let our foolishness condemn our friends. Disguised as a dancer and a bard, we fled and wandered from country to country. That's when we first met Lady Lindis 1 year ago. Hard to explain as well. And they got captured immediately, because that's really all they ever do. They're gonna go all the way down to suicide. Or kids. I call them kids. They look like kids, but dragons in the Fire Emblem lore can be very old and just look however they want to look. Weird. Well, to be fair, Nils and Ninian did have some experience with Eliwood during Lynn's story. Well, I think we'll be doing the protecting, kid. You just stay back and give us double turns. That's good enough, really. Better get that Durandal sword back there, Hollywood. Let's get pumped up! Yeah! Plus, we've just killed a ton of his forces. How many could he have left? Friendship is magic! There you go, guys. Alright, this is it for real. We've battled our way. That was the largest map in the game, largest battle in the game. We'll only be able to bring a fraction of our characters, so that will be the last time we see some of them. 16, 18, those large scale battles are done now. We've done all the big stuff. Now it's time to focus in on Nurgle and finish him for good. So thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and hopefully we can get Hector and Florina married. Or something. At least saying hello to each other. See you guys next time.